Hello everyone. In this video lecture, we are going to discuss about the chemistry of main group elements, and I am Dr. Kuldeep. This topic is included into the 5th semester of the BSc final year of Guru Jambheshwar University of Science and Technology, Hisar. This is lecture number 1. In this lecture, we are going to cover the following topics. In the unit 1, the first main topic is about Diborane and concept of multicenter bonding. What is Diborane and what is the concept of multicenter bonding? The second main topic is the structure, bonding and properties like acidic or basic nature, oxidizing and reducing nature, and hydrolysis of hydrides of group 13, mainly ES3 types, group 14, group 15, group 16 and group 17. And also we discuss about the oxides of nitrogen and phosphorus, their structure and their reactivity and their chemical properties, oxo acids of phosphorus, sulfur and chlorine, and their application in industrial and environmental chemistry wherever it is applicable. So first, let's go to the preparation part. Preparation of Diborane. Diborane with molecular formula B2H6. The first method of preparation by reaction of lithium hydride, that is LiH, with boron trifluoride. This is lithium hydride, and when we add boron trifluoride into lithium hydride, we get the lithium borohydride plus B2H6, that is Diborane. It can be prepared by passing a silent electric discharge through a mixture of hydrogen gas and boron trichloride vapors at the low pressure. BCl3 plus hydrogen gas, and we will get the B2H6 diborane plus hydrochloric acid. Third method, reduction of boron trichloride by lithium aluminium hydride. Lithium aluminium hydride is a reducing agent. It reduces the boron trichloride into the diborane. Boron trichloride, when mixed with lithium aluminium hydride, which is a reducing agent, produces diborane plus lithium chloride and plus aluminium trichloride. The industrial preparation. For this, we are taking the boron trifluoride, reduced with sodium hydride at 450 Kelvin, and we will get the boron diborane plus sodium fluoride. So these are some methods of preparation of the diborane. The diborane is a colorless gas. Boiling point approximately 180 Kelvin, which is rapidly decomposed by water. Mixture of diborane with air or oxygen are liable to inflame or explode. Then let's come to the part of structure and bonding. In the diborane, the concept of multicenter bonding. The structure of diborane B2H6 is this, and this structure is determined by using the technique of electron diffraction in the gas phase, and the structure is like this. The two boron atoms are 4 coordinated each, and there are 6 hydrogen, 4 of one kind that are terminals, and 2 are bridging of another kind. And this is the bonding parameters. There are the bonding parameters. The boron atom are shown into the blue color and the hydrogen are shown in the white color. So if you see, the boron distance is 177 picometer, which is outside the bonding range. So there is no possibility of boron-boron bond. The terminal hydrogen bond distance is 119 picometer. The bridging hydrogen bond distance, this one is 133 picometer, which is significantly larger than the terminal bond length, which indicate the lack of electron in the bridging bond. The terminal hydrogen boron terminal hydrogen bond angle, that is this one is 122 degree and this bond angle is 97 degree. So the features of the particular interest are: number 1, despite having only one valence electron, each bridging hydrogen atom is attached to two boron atoms, which is an interesting feature. The hydrogen is attached with the two boron atom, although it's have only single valence electron. Second point, despite having only three valence electrons, each boron atom is attached to four hydrogen atoms. This is another interesting feature. The boron has only 3 electrons in its valence shell. The electronic configuration of valence shell of boron is 2s2 2p1. So there are only 3 valence electrons. Still it is forming 4 bonds. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Third point, the boron hydrogen bond distance are not all of the same and suggest two types of boron hydrogen bonding interaction. As we know from the bond distance, the 4 bonds 1, 2, 3 and 4 are of same type because the bond length is same, 119 picometer, and these 4 bond length are of same type. They are little bit longer than the terminal, which indicate the lack of electron into the bridging bonds. And this is a monomeric BS3. It is of course planar with central boron has sp2 hybridization. The structure and bonding in diborane can be explained by using two different topologies. First is WAD topology. It describes the structure in the form of skeletal bonding electron pair and in the form of polyhedra. The second is Lipscomb topology. It describes the bonding by using a code STYX, but we are not going to discuss these two topologies here. We are using the concept of hybridization and the valence bond theory. So often B2H6 is described as being electron deficient. It is a dimer of BS3 and possesses 12 valence electrons. So boron has 3 valence electrons. So there are 2 boron, so 3 into 2, 6, and there are 6 hydrogen, and each hydrogen has 1 valence electron. So there are total of 12 valence electrons. If we compare B2H6 with C2H6. C2H6 has how many electrons? There are 2 carbon and each carbon has 4 electrons. 4 into 8 plus 6, 14. So we are lack of 2 electron here. So how the bonding is described? In a very simple picture, as we said earlier, it is a dimer of BH3. So there are 2 BH3, BH3 and BH3. And each BH bond has 2 electrons. If we transfer these 2 electrons from this BH bond to this boron atom, and if we transfer these 2 electrons from this BH bond into this boron atom, then what we get? We get like this. So if you look at the 1, 2, 3 and 4 terminal bond, they are normal 2 center 2 electron bond. There are 2 center, boron and hydrogen, 1, 2 center, and there are 2 electrons. So they are normal 2 center 2 electron bond. But if you look at the central hydrogen atom, there are only 2 electrons and there are 3 center, 1, 2, 3. There are 3 center but there is only 2 electrons. Similarly, there is 1, 2 and 3 center and there are only 2 electrons. So these are not normal 2 center 2 electron bond, but they are electron deficient 3 center 2 electron bond. So there are 4 2 center 2 electron bond and there are 2 3 center 2 electron bond, and these bonds are also known as the electron deficient bond or banana bond because they are drawn in the shape of banana. Okay, if we talk about in the form of hybridization, then the boron atom is central boron atom is approximately sp3 hybridized, and as we know, the boron has only 3 valence electrons, 1 in 2s and 1 in 2p. So these 3 electrons are occupying any of the 3 sp3 hybrid orbital and the 4th remain vacant. Similarly, the second boron atom again has the 3 electrons and 4th sp3 orbital is empty. And these are the 4 terminal hydrogen bond, and each hydrogen has 1 electron. So there is formation of a bond here, there is formation of bond here and here. So these 4 are the traditional 2 center 2 electron bond. Now we are only left with 2 electrons in the 4 orbitals, and now the 2 hydrogen will come here with 1 electron. So there are only total 4 electrons in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 orbital. 2 are hybrid orbital, 4 are hybrid orbital, 2 are hybrid orbital and 2 are the atomic orbital. So now if you look at here, boron, hydrogen, boron, there are 3 center but only 2 electrons. One is contributing from boron and other is contributing from the hydrogen. If you look at here, 1, 2, 3, there are 3 center but there are only 2 electrons, one contribution by boron and other is by hydrogen. So there is again 2 electrons, 3 center, 2 electrons. So these are the 3 center 2 electron bond or electron deficient bond. These are not normal 2 center 2 electron bond like these 4 electrons. These are electron deficient 3 center 2 electron bond. The overlap of approximately sp3 hybrid orbitals, as I told earlier, from boron with one s orbital of hydrogen to give a banana shaped 3 center 2 electron bond. Okay, if we consider the 2 different planes, one plane is containing the 2 boron and 4 terminal hydrogen atom. This is one plane, and second plane, which is perpendicular to this plane, contain the boron hybrid orbital and the atomic orbital of hydrogen. They are combined in this way. Or if we draw these three orbitals like this in the shape of banana, there is hydrogen, there is hydrogen. So the banana bond are actually 3 center 2 electron bond, and the terminal are 2 center 2 electron bond. So in diborane, we have 4 2 center 2 electron bond. And there are 2 3 center 2 electron bond. So these terminal bond each have 2 electrons. So there are how many electrons? 2, 2, 2 and 2, 8 electrons. Plus, if you look at the above bond, which is present at the above of this plane, it has 3 centers, 1, 2 and 3, but there are only 2 electrons, and 2 electrons are here. So 4 electrons, 8 plus 4 is equal to 12. In the corresponding molecule, which is similar, is C2H6. It has how many electrons? 4 into 2 plus 6 into 1. So how many total electrons? 8 plus 6, 14. So in ethane, there are 14 electrons, but in B2H6, we have only 12 electrons. So bonding in B2H6 is not like C2H6, although the name is in the pattern of alkane, for example, ethane and borane, but the bonding in C2H6 is different. There is no 3 center 2 electron bond in C2H6. All are normal 2 center 2 electron like this. CH3 and CH3. If we combine the two monomeric units CH3, CH3, in B2H6 we are combining the BH3, BH3. But there is a difference. In the two BH3 units, all the electrons are consumed, but in CH3 we are still left with 1 electron, the carbon, and these 2 electrons are used for the formation of carbon-carbon single bond. But in case of B2H6, we cannot form the boron-boron bond because there is a lack of electron. And the electron diffraction study shows that the structure is like this. Means there are 2 boron atoms. There is boron, another boron, and there are 4 hydrogen like this. And 2 hydrogen are like this. The experimental structure is like this. By using the theory or concept of hybridization, there is hydrogen, we can explain the structure of the diborane in the terms of 3 center 2 electron bond and the conventional 2 center 2 electron bonds. Then come to the next part. Up to now, we have discussed what is diborane, how to prepare it, and what is the structure. The structure is determined by the electron diffraction technique into the gaseous phase, and bonding is explained by using the theories like Valence-Bond theory and the concept of hybridization. Now come to the part of properties. What are the properties of diborane? Properties mean what are the physical and chemical properties, how it reacts with common elements like oxygen and other common chemical reagents like acid and alkalis, water, etc. So first property, diborane is a gas, actually a flammable gas, and is stable only at low temperature. This is at only at low temperature. When heated between 100 to 250 degrees centigrade, it changes into a number of other boranes. For example, if you heat the diborane, and you will get a number of higher borane, tetraborane, pentaborane, pentaborane. Again, what is the difference between two? Pentaborane 9, pentaborane 11. The number 9 or 11 indicate the number of hydrogen atoms. Then again higher number of borane and so on. These borane have the very complicated structure as compared to the B2H6. The second property, reaction with oxygen or air. A large amount of energy is released during their combustion. The delta H enthalpy change is minus 480 kilocalorie. Minus sign indicates the energy is released. When B2H6 reacts with oxygen, it forms boron trioxide plus water. Then reaction with water, hydrolysis. When B2H6 reacts with water, it hydrolyzes into the boric acid and hydrogen gas. Boric acid, as we know, is a weak acid. The structure of boric acid is like this. The boron, central boron is sp2 hybridized, and structure is like this, OH. Boric acid is a weak acid, OH. It extract OH minus ion from water and release H plus ion. So it is acidic in nature. When it is dissolved in water, it forms BOH4, and this octet is completed, BH4 minus plus H plus ion. So it releases H plus ion. So it is a weak acid in the water. Then reaction with ammonia. It is very important reaction. All the boranes act as Lewis acid because, as we know, the borane are electron deficient, and the electron deficient compounds are Lewis acid and can accept electron pair. As we know, ammonia has a lone pair electron. It is also a Lewis base, so there is acid-base reaction. When B2H6 reacts with a substituted amine, it forms an adduct. This adduct is formed. When we took the amine, especially the ammonia, then what will form? If you use excess ammonia at the low temperature, then we will get an adduct of diborane with 2 molecules of ammonia. If you use excess ammonia at higher temperature, then we will get boron nitride. It has a graphite-like structure, layer structure, because the number of electrons in one boron and one nitrogen are same as two carbons. Boron has 5 electrons, nitrogen has 7 electrons. 5 plus 7, 14. Similarly, the two carbon have the number of valence electrons in nitrogen are 5 and the number of valence electrons in boron are 3. So total 3 plus 5, 8 electrons. And the two carbon also have the 8 electron. So the structure of boron nitride is similar to graphite. If we fix the ratio of borane to ammonia 1:2 at high temperature, then what will you get? We get borazine or borazole, which is also known as the inorganic benzene. We will discuss in the next lecture about the borazine. B3N3H6. The number of valence electrons in this borazine are same as the benzene. So it is also known as inorganic benzene. Now, reaction with hydrochloric acid. Hydrochloric acid is a common laboratory reagent. A substituted product, chlorodiborane, is formed. B2H6 plus HCl, we will get B2H5Cl plus hydrogen gas is removed. And this chlorine is replaced, the hydrogen replaced is terminal hydrogen. We can't replace the bridging hydrogen because if we replace it, the structure will destroy. The reaction with chlorine. Formation of boron trichloride at 25 degrees centigrade. If we mix the chlorine gas with diborane at room temperature, then what we will get? We get the boron trichloride. Then reaction with alkali hydride. Alkali hydride means we have lithium hydride or sodium hydride. The formation of complex hydrides like sodium borohydride. When diborane reacts with sodium hydride, then we will get the sodium borohydride, which is a well-known reducing agent. So in this lecture, I am stopping here. In the next lecture, we will discuss the other topic of the unit. Thanks for watching the video.